The Portland Symphony Orchestra Pops will be presenting a show this weekend featuring some of the great songs of Broadway. The concert will be happening Saturday evening and Sunday afternoon, and it will feature Lisa Vroman, who has sung in dozens of productions on Broadway and around the world.
Among her credits, she performed on Broadway for several years in The Phantom of the Opera. And Lisa Vroman is with us today on 207. Thanks for coming in. Good to have you.
Good morning.
So let's crank up the Wayback Machine. How well do you remember the first time you ever sang in front of an audience?
Oh, first time?
Yeah.
So this is all pre-pandemic. It's all pre.
I'm guessing like you were, what, in elementary school maybe?
Well, my
something like
mom
that?
was my junior high and high school music teacher.
Okay.
So whether or not you wanted to, you were forced to be in the choir. And I was a little bit of a scrappy tomboy.
Do you remember that first song?
I do. I think we were probably in the church choir, 4 kids singing The Friendly Beasts or something like that at Christmas time. But I do remember do you remember 4-H? Do they have that still?
Yeah.
We were all, of course, it was the Northeast in upstate New York, so we were all in 4-H, and my sister and I, with our knee socks and headbands, sang an arrangement of the duet, You're Just in Love.
I wish
hear
we had
singing and there's no one there. I hear. So my sister and I sang that when I was probably 7 and she was 9.
Wish your sister were here. We'd
Right?
get mics
I
for
do
you and
too.
have you perform.
I do too. I haven't seen her in since before this started, so I miss my sister.
I bet. I bet. So as you got older then, did you stay with music and singing because you loved it, or was everybody just like, you're so talented, you have to keep doing this?
No, I think I stayed in it. I'm still calling myself in this business. I mean, during this hiatus, it was really kind of readdressing what we do as a life, but I've been doing it since then. I went to college to be a music teacher, like my mom, and a couple of professors said, we think you should go to grad school. We think you're a great musician and have a voice that's going to grow into something. Because it's just like professional athletes. You know, your body has to mature and your physiology has to catch up, and your body's still changing and growing until you're 26, 27. That's why opera singers kind of start a little later than that. Of course, music theater people start a little earlier.
So there are different kinds of shows that you do. There are the ones where you're performing as a character in a musical theater production, and then the ones where you're just yourself singing in front of an orchestra or something like that. What do you like best about singing with a symphony orchestra?
Well, with the symphony orchestra, we get to do all sorts of different characters in one night. So hopefully giving the audience, each time we're up there, the feel of that show. So we not become the characters, but really give them the genre, the language, the style of that. Yeah. And most of this is classic.
What you're going to be doing this weekend with the PSO is, some of the great works of musical theater. What is it that you like about being in a musical production, a theatrical production, where you are a character and you are immersed in that role?
I think I love the ensemble. I love being with those people every day. Like you come to work, you work together, you develop a relationship. Off stage and on stage, you are depending on those people, and it becomes that. I did Phantom for 10 years.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
Did you? The obvious question is, do you get bored doing the same role night after night?
No. You get tired, physically tired, but bored, I never did. I have probably a good personality for the detail, but I loved the costumes. I loved having the job. It was a wonderful job. It bought me a nice house. So
it's an upside.
I got to pretend I was 18 for a 10-year period, which was pretty much a win-win there. But it's coming into the symphony. It's where you get the full throttle orchestra. In a pit underneath the stage. There's tops, and they're getting less and less these days. It used to be 26 to 20, depending on how many instruments can fit, 16, 17, and now we have. How many? Maybe 60, 65 people. And the sound that comes off that stage and being with them on the stage is, I find, just one of my most glorious times that I have right now.
Absolutely. So your concerts with Portland Symphony Orchestra, tomorrow, Sunday, you're going to be performing some of the greatest shows in musical theater. Songs from West Side Story, The Sound of Music, Phantom of the Opera, many others. Do you feel pressure to make it perfect?
Yes. All the time, but that's not a pressure thing. It's when you're getting ready for the game, getting ready for a tennis competition. I'm primed, I'm ready, I'm dressed, I'm hoping my hair is okay, and then we go, and once the music starts, it's pretty exciting. And plus, I'm not alone on stage. I have a wonderful co-star who I've sung with for the last 25 to 30 years, named Doug Lebrecht, and he is a veteran of Broadway also, and a beautiful voice, and we know each other. We are brother and sister, so it's a joy to see him again every chance we get.
Before you came out here, you said you know more about sports than we would have guessed. Have you ever sung the national anthem at a sporting event?
Have I ever?
How many times have you done it?
Many, many times.
What was your greatest performance in front of an athletic
my husband's
stadium?
Canadian, so the Staples Center for the Kings and Vancouver, singing the national anthem, both national anthems.
Yes.
But Canada did not win, so all of his friends decided that I was banned from singing the Canadian national anthem. Not that they're superstitious about it, but I sang in San Francisco for the Giants and the A's and in the 49ers many, many, many times.
Wow, that's a whole different side hustle.
Yeah.
That's cool. Lisa Vroman, thanks for coming in. Nice to have you here. We
Nice to have
appreciate
you.
it. And again, Lisa Vroman is going to be performing with the Portland Symphony Orchestra in Classic Broadway. The shows are tomorrow evening and Sunday afternoon.
You can find all the details in the 207 section of our New Center Maine app or website, and we'll be back in just a moment.